Okay, one more time. Welcome to the Ditch the Dogma Live Show. I am so excited and pleased that you're here. My name is Paula Marie Davis. I'm the host of the Ditch the Dogma Live Show and the creator of the Seek Method. If you're not familiar with the Seek Method, you will be at the end of today's show. But today's show is not so much about the Seek Method as it is about the metrics that we measure in the Seek Method. Today, I'm going to introduce you to 8 game-changing metrics. These metrics are measurable. They will influence your business, but they will totally change your life. And I don't say that, I'm not exaggerating. I totally mean it. They will change your life. So, what are these metrics? We have 4 marketing metrics and 4 well-being metrics. And I will get into each and every one of them with you today. But I'm going to keep this conversation short and compacted. I don't want to labor over each one of the metrics because each one of the metrics could be its own show. So today, my goal for you is to walk away with these 8 metrics and do a little investigation. Determine if these metrics might be as important to you as they are to me. I don't want to be your guru. I just want to be a girlfriend, a guide, a person who's been there and learned a few things and wants to share them with you. So let's get started with our metrics. I'm going to go ahead and use some banners to kind of keep me on target here. So we're going to start with the 4 marketing metrics. Why are we starting there? Because if you're watching my show, more than likely you're a female founder. What does that mean? What is a female founder in comparison to a female entrepreneur? A female founder is a person who founded her business, who came up with an original idea and ran with it, who built her own branding and every part of her business. So female founders are women who own their own businesses. They are not distributors, which although many female founders, and I have many friends who are making lots and lots of money and doing great in their businesses as distributors of a product. The metrics that I'm going to talk about, especially the marketing metrics, are more for someone who is actually in the weeds, creating her content, isn't able to download it from a corporate page. Okay. So there's a big difference here. Now, when it gets to the well-being metrics, any woman, I don't care if you're a female entrepreneur, a female founder, a mom, a wife, a sister, a daughter, a girlfriend, they are flat out for all women and men. But I generally keep my conversation to female founders. So let's get into the marketing metrics. Now, like I said, I'm going to introduce these really short and really sweet. I want you to write them all down, take some notes, and then next week, we're going to start breaking each one of these individual metrics down. So let's begin. The very first metric that we're going to talk about is brand consistency score. Now, for the most part, if you go into Google and you write metrics of marketing, will brand consistency score come up? Probably not. It's more something that I kind of created by mixing a few things together. So I'm not going to say it's original because brand consistency is something that everybody talks about. And the fact that I added the word score to it doesn't make it unique. But it's a metric because I think for female founders, it is essential that they pay attention to their brand consistency. And this is more than just your website and your social media. This is how you represent your business in the world visually, whether it's on YouTube or in Instagram or on a website or an opt-in, anything that you create. I have created this great scorecard Oh my God. The women who are in my summer challenge are playing with it right now. It's a couple pages, and you score all the different sections of your brand consistency, from visuals to typefaces, which of course is visual, to audio, your voice, how you show up, the way that you send your message into the world. All of this needs to have clarity, and it needs to have consistency. So one of the first things we tackle is brand consistency score. The next thing that we talk about is customer engagement ratio. Now, a lot of people, a lot of marketers, and a lot of female founders, they want to jump to this number right away. They want to start paying attention to engagement. But what generally happens is they end up following and then become, I don't know what the word is, but at the mercy of likes and follows. But here's the thing, likes and follows, which are a form of engagement. But for most people, especially female founders, likes and follows do not translate to money in the bank. So when you're building something up from the ground floor, customer engagement, brand loyalty, oh my God, it is huge. So for the most part, you're not going to hear strategies in my group that talk about ways to get big likes and big follows. We're looking for, is somebody coming into our ecosystem? Does somebody want to get to know me more? Are they jumping into my DMs? Are they getting on my email list? Are they doing the things that allow us to have a back and forth conversation? Social media, it's important. I'm not going to say it's not. And the one thing I hear so much from female founders is that they don't want to be on social media, that their family, raising their children, being present for their husbands, doing all the things, caring for an adult with Alzheimer's, doing all of this requires so much time of the day. And then you're trying to have impact with your business, and then they feel like they have to be on social. So whether or not you're going to be on social, that's a conversation for a different day. But I want you to know that in the Seek method, when we talk about customer engagement, we're going beyond the likes and follows, and we're talking about relationship building and whether or not that relationship is reciprocal. The next point, that the next metric that we measure, is conversion efficiency rate. So why is it, what do I mean by this? So everybody talks about conversion rates. Like, you put something out, you send somebody, they come into your ecosystem, they come in through an email list, you tell them about something that you're offering, whether it be a freebie or a low entry point, and you see, do they opt in? Do they want to get to know you better? But as female founders, and especially new female founders or female founders who have been around for a while, but they're not seeing money in their bank account, this is where conversion efficiency rate is so important. Because if you're spending hours and hours creating an opt-in that is not generating a return on that time, if it's not converting somebody into your ecosystem, then it doesn't matter how beautiful it is. It doesn't matter how wonderful the message is. All the time and the hours you spent in Canva creating the digital download or the video or the course, whatever it might be. We want to make sure that your conversion rate is efficient. Not necessarily fast, okay, but that it's efficient, that the amount of time that you're putting into it, that it's generating people into your newsletter. And another thing that, or whatever your opt-in might be. And the other thing that I mean when we talk about efficiency is this the right tool? Like, is there a way that you could do the exact same thing, but do it faster? So the metrics that I'm talking about are they're different. They're very nuanced, I guess would be the way to explain it. It's not just a flat conversion rate. We're talking about efficiency. Same with like the brand consistency and then the customer engagement ratio. I want you to look at these as a way to learn to love marketing. And when I say love marketing, I mean love it so much that you're willing to A/B test it, C/D test it, EFG test it. And by that, if you're new to marketing, what I mean is just like our conversion efficiency rate, If your newsletter is converting for you, but it takes forever for you to create your newsletter and it's just so much time and it's not efficient, then I can help you with tools that can generate your newsletter in a more efficient way. Or we could break that newsletter, instead of it being a 1 month, into like a weekly hello. Whatever that might be, that's what conversion efficiency rate is about. Okay. And then the next thing that we talk about is marketing return on investment. And here I'm talking dollars. So, for example, if you're using a platform like Interact for a quiz and you're spending, I think it's like $30 a month to have a quiz. And if you're not out there pushing that quiz all the time, then you need to go into your account panel and turn that baby off. Okay. You cannot, no matter how much you want a quiz, if you have a quiz or you don't have a quiz and you're paying for it, God forbid. And if you do have a quiz, but it's not converting and you just think you need to get it out more, then create a plan to promote the quiz or don't spend the $30 on it. And if you have created a quiz and you love it, you think it's phenomenal, but nobody's signing up for it, even though you promoted it, well, then we have to re-examine the quiz. Again, turn that puppy off for a couple of months, save those $30 a month, and let's build a strategy to make that tool work. So marketing is so important. We have to spend money on it, but we have to make sure that we're spending our money wisely. So the 4 metrics that I just brought up to you for marketing are huge if you're a new female founder and you haven't earned your $50,000 yet. Or if you've earned 50 grand one year, but then fell back the following year. Consistency with these 4 metrics is key. Effort is required. We talk about this so much in the Seek Summer Challenge. We can have all of these goals and all of these ideas and all of these metrics, but if we're not doing the work, then we have nothing to measure. And by doing the work, I don't mean one and done. It means testing. It means trying something else out. It means getting eyeball to eyeball with your audience and asking questions and then redirecting. So that's what we do in the Seek Summer Challenge. It's closed right now, so I'm not like selling it. So don't worry about that. But the whole point is we come in, we pay attention to these metrics, we fill out our sheets, we pay attention to the data, and then we move forward. We're selecting opt-ins that actually get conversions. And if they don't, we're reworking them. We're looking at website messaging. And is it on brand? Is it on point? Is it consistent everywhere from your website to your YouTube channel? I am failing in that area terribly right now because I just switched the direction of my business. And so I need to go back and I need to work on that. Most of the time, female founders are a one-person shop. And when you are, it is overwhelming. But when you break it down, when you look at the metrics and you take the time to do the work, to do it consistently, these metrics pay off and they pay off big time. Now, the next 4 metrics that I want to talk to you about are the well-being metrics. So why well-being for female founders? Why well-being when we're just got done talking about marketing? Like, I have a business, Paula. Why the heck do I care about the 4 being metrics, the 4 well-being metrics? And here's the deal. And I believe this with all of my heart. You have to be able to show up to do all the things consistently in your business. Where most women have the hardest time, most female founders, is that they're not showing up consistently. Now, I get it that we wear multiple hats and we're mothers, we're daughters, we're caregivers, we're sisters, all of the things. And we are responsible for a lot. So sometimes we don't show up for our business because we just don't have enough time in the day. But lots of times we don't show up because we're pooped. Our energy is drained and we can't do all the things. Now, I'm not saying you have to be able to do everything and do everything well, but I am saying that you need to have a foundation in your well-being, a foundation of well-being and health that you can rely on to then go and do the things that you want to do, the impact that you want to have in your family and in the world. So these four well-being metrics do just that, and they do them differently. They do them in a bespoke, personalized manner, just like our marketing metrics. Each one of those marketing metrics is designed for your business and your business only. It's not a cookie cutter process. In fact, I tell people all the time, if you have a coach who is selling a process that is applicable to her entire community, beware, because we are all different. We are all unique and we all have different needs, whether it is for your marketing or your well-being. So what are the four well-being metrics? I'm going to hit those really quick. The first one is heart rate variability. You know, we hear the word resilience over and over and over again in the marketplace. This is going to help you be resilient. That's going to help you be resilient. Well, your autonomic nervous system is what you should be paying attention to if resiliency is the goal. And our heart rate variability actually gives you a score, data, your resiliency score, according to your body. And like I said, I'm not going to get into the weeds about what is heart rate variability and how to change it and what is this and what is that. But I will say this, that we want to be able to go from a state of normal, of calm, to be excited because something happened. Like my dogs are barking like right crazy right now. I don't know if you can hear them. But we want to be able to be alert and hit that on a moment's notice when needed, and then be able to calm down. I always use the example of my dogs, and since he's barking, it reminded me of it. Your dog is laying down and chilling, enjoying whatever. And then all of a sudden, out of the corner of their eye, they spot a squirrel or their doorbell rings or whatever, and they are up like a bat out of hell. And they run to whatever it is. Maybe it was the Amazon guy. Maybe the squirrel left the backyard, whatever it was. As soon as whatever caused that sense of excitement for them, their fight or flight, as soon as it's gone, they immediately come right back down, right back to the floor, and boom, out like a light again. That's resiliency. For us, for many of us, we have a tendency to get hit up by something, whether it's our emotions or something that just happened or something like you're driving and then all of a sudden you have a near miss and you're like, oh my God, and your heart is in your throat. How quickly can you get back down? How quickly can you resolve an excited state and come back to a sense of calm and peace? That's heart rate variability. And that's why it's important for you and your business. Another thing that's really important for your business is glucose. And many women who are female founders tend to be a little bit older, although I will say they're getting younger and younger and younger all the time. And my daughter has her own thing and she's 25 years old. So it doesn't necessarily have to be for an older person, but because I'm close to 60 and a lot of the women that I work with are a little bit older, insulin resistance plays a huge role in all the symptoms that 35-year-old women on up are talking about. And it's not always perimenopause, which, yes, it could be perimenopause. So I shouldn't say it's not. It is a variable. It's part of the equation. But more than anything, you want to see your perimenopause symptoms, kind of disappear. You want to see menopause symptoms kind of calm down and or be totally gone. Pay attention to your glucose. This is where your energy comes from. Menopause is they're hormones, right? Well, so is glucose. So is our, cortisol when we're all stressed out. These are all hormones that are all connected. And so then when we balance our glucose, it changes everything. We sleep better. We have more energy. We get rid of brain fog. There's more calm. There's a lot. So I'm not going to get into it, but glucose is the second one. The third one, and a lot of women don't like to hear this one at all, is waist to hip ratio. We have been told over and over and over again to love our curves and to love our muffin top and to not allow anyone, no man especially, to define our worth by our bodies. But when it comes to metabolic health, the size of your waist matters. It does. Medically proven. I'm not going to prove it to you. Go to the Google and check it out. Okay, so I'm all for breasts and and bums. I'm all for boobs and buns, whatever you want to call it. Having some junk in our trunk is great. Having the curves, the feminine curves of the feminine body are beautiful. But we want to work on a waist to hip ratio because it's that waist that determines our metabolic health, which increases our risk of strokes and heart disease and diabetes, and now type 3 diabetes. And if you're not familiar with type 3 diabetes, that's Alzheimer's. So our metabolic health is so important. I know for me, here I am starting all of this in my 50s. Now I'm 58. I'll be damned if I want to lose my brain in the next couple of years. I want to keep fighting for me, for my health, for my well being, and my business. And I have to have the health of my body to do that. And so that's why I want to encourage you to pay attention to your waist to hip ratio and look at it from a perspective of longevity and sustainability. The reason we don't have the energy to do all the things because we're not prioritizing what is sustainable and we're not prioritizing longevity of our health and our businesses. So key. And the last but not least is sleep. We all need sleep. And we tend to forget about sleep when we start chasing our dreams. And prioritizing sleep is huge. So we all know that good sleep changes everything, right? And so those are the 4 metrics for well-being and why I think they're important. Now, I made a decision that I'm going to keep these, I'm going to turn that off, that I'm going to keep these videos short and to the point. You learned about 8 metrics today, 4 for marketing and 4 for well-being. They are huge when it comes to your productivity, when it comes to sustainability, when it comes to growth, when it comes to making money, when it comes to feeling good in our skin. Oh my God, I could go on and on and on. So I hope this conversation has encouraged you to start thinking about metrics, to look at marketing and well-being as your superpowers to grow your business, to make a consistent income. Now, this is just the beginning. If you're advanced, if you've already earned 6 figures, the marketing strategies that we're talking about in the Seek method, not your jam. But if you're just starting out, or if your earning hasn't reached its potential, or if it's inconsistent, paying attention to these 8 metrics will change the game for your business and for your life. So that's it for the Ditch the Dogma live show today. I hope you will continue to come every Wednesday at 2 p.m. And we're going to talk about all the strategies that can help us as women and female founders. In addition to that, I am always ditching wellness dogma and marketing dogma. There'll be interviews and fun conversations, panel discussions, all of it. So if you want to be on the Ditch the Dogma live show, send me a message. Find me, talk to me on YouTube or on Instagram or on LinkedIn, and let me know your story as a female founder. If there is a metric that has really worked for you, I would love for you to come and tell your story as well. And if you're struggling, there are so many resources that I am going to send your way. So just hold on. I know it's summertime. It's crazy right now. I'm in the middle of my summer challenge with my group. But come 3rd quarter or 4th quarter, we're in 3rd quarter now. Come 4th quarter, the doors are going to open again. The Seek method opens every quarter. So I hope you keep coming. I can't wait to talk to you next week and just do all the things. If you're a female founder and you want to overcome the 2 biggest obstacles to your growth, you need to like and subscribe to Ditch the Dogma live show now. We're on it. We're going to do it together. And I am so excited. We'll talk to you next week.